If you thought you were going to get away from Jankrat streams without hearing more Jankrat on Jankrat, you were wrong. As a final aside, I wanted to say thank you for putting up with the jump cuts, the lack of transitions, and the general jankiness of these videos. These are my first ones cutting for myself in quite a long while, and I appreciate all your patience. Thanks for checking them out, and come back to Jankrat streams.
I did ask too on the I had like a Reddit post where I was asking, well, first I just asked if anyone was from the 200, 205 servers to if I could ask them some questions, and a few people did from like maybe like 3, 4, and 5, but they said Gotham still hasn't had any kind of event for them yet.
Really?
Yeah, they said it's just been there, so I imagine it'll be the same for us, and they're but 2.5 months ahead of us in time.
And so that's the thing about that Gotham being missing from those servers to me, from a design perspective, means that they plan on reaching server parity. At some point, I think they're gonna dump the rest of our characters into the bleed or through like an event or something, or right when we've gotten through with Nightwing, everybody's gonna join up to the same level of parity.
Well, were you? I don't know if you were looking at our cross server chat whenever the 3v3 launched. It was everybody.
What do you mean? Oh yeah, yeah,
When
yeah.
yeah, whenever 3v3 opened up these past 2 or 3 days or whatever, people were facing like server 204.
Yep. So they're
Like full
weakening
on
the walls
Nightwings.
there.
Well, then the next day they patched it to where they said it was a mistake that they did that. They took it away.
Yeah, a mistake that they did it now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But we were also paired up with servers in like the 300s, 400s. So that's a little unfair, like for them.
That's
Like we're
brutal.
we're complaining against like 5 random servers, but these 100 other servers have to face us, and we're pretty far along.
Yeah, servers 200 through 210 are the beast mode servers of this game,
Hmm.
which is great. I love being at the top of one of the most competitive servers, and especially the very first launch server. That just tickles me to no end. Standby mode, where'd you go?
I think I saw the like the time map for whenever like all the servers were like coming out, and I just wanted to know, how did they, was it just like early beta access? You get that via like email or something?
It depends. I think a lot of people applied just straight through. Oh, it worked. Hang on. I clicked my ship and it actually is showing me the battle report. So maybe that is what it is. It's actually standby for the battle queue, and we've been misunderstanding the situation this entire time.
Mm-mm.
Because I'm gonna watch this, and yeah, it's got that little page I was talking about at the bottom, the little gray page icon. So I didn't hallucinate that. And unfortunately, they're slow. That's the worst part. Watching them is very slow. And it didn't dump me into garrison mode like it normally did anyway. Stuck in standby. It doesn't look like I'm scoring points. And yet I don't want to move because I can't trust that. Ah, do I want to send the purple plane? Not so sure about that. It's
Yeah,
not
someone
that.
in ours too said they're gonna start sending their purple planes.
Yeah, and start using their gold planes elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not a bad thought because it seems like the more players there are, the more of a pile up there is on the standby thing. Like I'm going to try and reinforce Wichita here. I don't know if anybody's going to try and reinforce ahead of me. We'll see what happens. but I see a lot of our players just in a circle around that thing. And I was watching. Did phasing just then move from standby into attacking?
Um, that is a good question.
Interesting. I want to trust that it's the attack queue. It's just it's unclear. It's unclear. I think the one thing that I'll definitely personally be requesting next time I talk with support service is just giving us a lot more clarity on how scoring works and the functionality of garrisoning and standby mode and what we're actually supposed to expect.
I did play a game before this. It was called like Chop Chop something, just like one of those random games. But that was the first time I was introduced to something like this. It was almost exactly like this. Just a bunch of clicking. I had no idea what was going on. So this game is at least a little more readable to see what's happening, but
Yeah,
definitely like a crazy
it
kind of event.
it's got the legibility that you can see when something's messed up. That's for sure.
hmm I know a lot of people like for these kind of events, they'll just, I guess in the past when we don't really have guardian opponents, they'll just send a ship and then
AFK
like turn their phone off or do whatever real world stuff they're doing. But
for sure,
I
and
think
they expect it to work. They, are like, all right, I set my plane out there. It'll garrison. Cool. I can go make lunch.
mhm.
Yeah, and that was definitely something that caught us unaware with our fight with France in the last challenge. It was these two issues were very crucial to that fight. And when you look at this match, you guys have more overall power. I would say our top 10 in on average have more power than yours. But you should be, I think, closer than 52,000 at this point, and I'm assuming it's this us our uncertainty over this issue that's generating that disparity.
Um, I wish there was a way to check. I guess you can't really see like how many people are playing. Well, so the total amount of people playing, right? Well, I guess it only shows the top 100.
Yeah.
Well, the 100th player, Red Arrow, only has 22 points. So I probably safe to
Wow.
say there's only 100 people playing right now, or
Ye-
that did something.
yeah, and it looks like they probably attacked a bunch of facilities and are now in standby mode right next to them somewhere.
Yeah, so it just doesn't say how many of from each side there are. Like if you
Uh,
have if it's 50-50 people or 60-40, who knows?
this might be okay. See, my ship that was on Wichita did move from standby into garrison when room became available, but it doesn't always look like that works that way. Oh gosh. What crew did I send? How did I send them? Oh, so ugly. Oh, it was good enough. And so, okay, that's it. That's what the fourth is. It's the one that's in waiting. It's the first standby plane. If you look at our screen on Wichita right now,
Oh,
I
I see it. There's somebody waiting.
so it's always gonna be at 4 of 3, so long as there are standby vehicles surrounding the facility waiting to get into it. Once you've
Except for that one time where there was five.
Yeah, right. And the times where things didn't clear out the way they necessarily should have on the queue, I wonder if everything is actually working right under the hood, but the animations are what's at issue.
Mm.
Because it doesn't. It feels like everything plays right. It feels like scoring works correctly, but visually things are very are much more murky, unfortunately.
hmm
Well, I am sending out some real winners here.
And the final showdown is what, double points or something like that? Yeah,
Yeah, I
100% boost.
once we get into the last 10.
hmm Well, no, it's happening right now. I think it was the last 15.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. No, actually, I think it might have started even a little earlier than that, but no, you're probably right. Probably 15. So yeah, anything that you can get on fire right now, you're getting a bonus from the fire, and you're getting the final showdown bonus. And see, I'm returning now, so I think it's safe to assume. I wish that I could check, but I think it's safe to assume that I was put into the combat tree and then rotated out when your attacks fell off.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. But that also tells me that I should be safe to lob a second wave at you because I know my main guys are coming back to hurt. I know they're going to end up. Oh, wait, did you win the contest for just a moment and then we retook it? I was on a different screen there for a second.
I don't think so. My ship is heading back, but I don't also don't think it was my main ship. I think I just sent one
Uh,
out there just to while my main team was
yeah,
healing up.
you knocked out some of our B squads until you got to Nyx, and then Nyx rebuffed you, of course. Can't send the B squad on Nyx.
No, he only deserves A squad.
I'm not even going to say anything. See, all right, all right, all right. That is actually a building icon. So there is a building icon that does look vaguely like also a piece of notebook paper. If you're being paranoid and trying to figure out just what the heck is going on, it might look the same.
Yeah, that Hamilton has definitely attracted some of our people.
It's caught everyone's interest for some reason. Abilene, you only have a couple, and so I'm gonna. Here's the thing. Here's what I think. When you are in combat standby, waiting to be joined in, you're not scoring, right?
Right.
And once a person is cleared from the 3 of 3, anybody who's on standby nearby from your league should just pop right in there into the combat queue. And I think that's where things are getting hitched because if you look at Abilene, you've got 2 of 3, but you've got 3 standby vehicles there. Are those the names of the vehicle? Well, even if they were, it's still 3 vehicles and only 2 showing. I'm now watching. Zane has also noticed this little kerfuffle here at Abilene. So I'm kind of just watching as he throws attacks and okay, John got sent back and that knocked you down to 1. Drillin's killing. Drillin's killing. Drillin's killing. Come on, bro. Okay, and then Whistler came back, and there it is. So Du Bois is still stuck sitting right there, along with one of. That looks like that might be one of Zane's vehicles tucked behind it there, but I think his is the one that's actually garrisoned there. So I think Du Bois should have transitioned to the combat queue at some point and just didn't make the jump. Oh, I have so much recovery going on right now. I'm about to start sending some Joker's boys. I gotta say, big dog. I mean, this battle should have been tighter, but
Hmm.
it's my hometown, and I can't regret that. It looks like we're gonna pull it off.
Yeah, I think in these kind of game modes, having, well, I guess if I say it,
Clarity?
the more top-heavy people.
Ah, okay. Sorry, I completely. You were going a completely different way with that sentence than what I was wrongly assuming. Go ahead.
Yeah, just I mean, having you, Zane, and Nyx that are just really strong and pretty much hold your own wherever they go, and are just forcing a lot of smaller ships to kind of like whittle them down.
Yep,
And
yep.
then So it just makes it hard over time.
Yeah, when you have the trio of us constantly hitting your flanks and making you drop that focus from Wichita, it just makes an impossible situation because it opens up the floodgates for our 11 to 30 to get in there. And I think our averages are a lot closer in that range power wise. I couldn't hazard a guess as to what they are. But because your mids are a little more distracted recovering the exterior, ours are able to run right into that gutter like a funnel.
And I think whenever Usain or Nyx are holding one of those outer cities and it's forcing like five of our planes just to knock out your one plane, you're just getting extra points for killing them every time.
Right. And then, I mean, worst case scenario, if we decide we're just going to leave a place for y'all, we can always get out and start doing production facilities and just start popping those one by one as quickly as we can. And they don't rack up a lot, but when you put them in mass like that, it adds up, of course.
Hmm.
Coordination is very crucial, very very crucial.
Yeah, it is nice that the whole chat is kind of just at the bottom of the screen. You don't have to leave every time.
Yeah. And unfortunately, you have to run a league while you're doing this conversation. And I have our amazing league leader, Zane Redding, is running the show. So that's also a little disadvantage to you there. So I appreciate you coming on the show and maybe losing a little bit for it.
Yeah, kind of multitasking, yeah, doing that, and then Nyx is over here talking to me, distracting me too.
Talking trash in your ear.
Hmm.
I love it. Good job, Nix. I ain't even mad. So now we're back to the battle of the exteriors. And how's Wichita looking? We're holding it.
Yeah, because I think for me, I'm waiting for main team to back alive.
Yeah, recover the stamina.
I think too, like if Wichita, like three people initiated right now and it's all full, but I'm not able to join them, so I have to like kind of initiate my own and wait
Right.
full time.
And well, so one thing that I do like to do is when I'm waiting on those people to come back with their stamina, instead of sending out my own flight, I throw some of my C&D squad guys on my stronger players' weaker planes in order to reinforce them.
Mm-hmm.
I
And I
think,
wonder too, because
mm,
there's people that are just, I guess, like the productive building hunters.
yeah, and having somebody swat stuff out like that is definitely important. I unfortunately had to just move Cam. I thought I had this locked down a little more tightly than that, but I do not. So let me direct message him.
Because I was just watching Wichita and I see Nyx was at a productive building, and I'm like, dang, she can afford to do a productive building with one of her stronger teams. I'm sure any of your teams are pretty strong, anyways.
Right? Yeah, that's the truth. So y'all took Wichita back while I was busy, probably making one of my league members a little upset with me, swapping Cam back out of here as soon as he came in. So much. Wait, what happened there? I thought I already sent them out at Wichita, and I must have hit the wrong button. Go, go, go! I don't think I don't think I'm gonna make it. Yeah, I'll have 55 seconds. Now I'm just auto-initiating my jank and letting it do my what my jank loves to
Mm.
do. And so that is the source of my name. And I don't know if you've seen too much of my account, but I love the jank. That I love making jank meta. That is what I live for in these games. So whatever the characters are that I'm supposed to be playing with the least, you can almost guarantee they're going to be the ones I go for first.
Your team's full of just the purple guys.
Man, if I could make them better in some way and fine tune them, I absolutely would be. If they'd let me throw AC/DC shards at the purples, I would. Where are we at?
Last minute.
See, now I should have a plane that is either here or on the way, and it's gone from the queue again. Oh, nobody's joining my flight. Well, thanks,
Oh, so it just
fam.
goes back.
Yeah, you got to have at least one person join, or it won't matter. And I'm sure everybody was filling into the ones that had the shortest clock left on them, which was very smart of them. So
Mhm.
my players ignored me, and they were right to do it. I should have read the room and sent my fellas elsewhere. Now it's too late to do anything with them.
Mhm.
All right, Flash. This I wish this had gone better in terms of the competition because I love that Goku and Vegeta relationship between our two leagues, and
Mhm.
I really wanted to see some more sparks there, brother.
I want to see how many people from each were there, but I guess there's really no way to see.
On the personal rankings, yeah, it still only goes to. Let me scroll down and make sure. It goes down to 103 for some reason. And that is a zero with the Batman Forever from our league PRC. So wild, absolutely wild.
Makes us so funny in world chat.
Oh, I gotta
You had to
say,
you had to message me offline for what was censored.
let me see. Oh, she's gonna tear into you in world chat and in private chat.
I'll
Oh
just
no! Not yeah, I'm not translating that message. Well, I feel like we had some great discussion. I think we got a lot done on composition and preparing for the Guardian Challenge. I appreciate you stopping in and talking to me because I don't think there are very few other players in 206 that I think I could have had this in depth of a discussion about it, even as I was sort of complaining endlessly about the standby bug or
Mm.
apparent bug. So I just wanted to say thank you very much for coming in, and I'm sorry things went so rough.
No problem. We'll try again in a few weeks.
Yeah, we're gonna see you again here in what is it, 2 weeks? The Guardian challenges, or is it every?
Just every Saturday.
Is it every Saturday, or I thought for some reason it was every other?
No, every Saturday.
All right, well, learned something
It just
new.
seems like that whenever Guardian challenges are just AFK challenges.